God, how I feel like a fool now. How dare I try to figure out Final Fantasy music? They did something that I didn't expect. Hey music friends, this is Davi Vasc. I'm a music composer for games, and today we're gonna listen to and talk about Ascension from Final Fantasy 16, aka Bahamut Theme. This is one that you guys recommended a lot. I have played the demo for Final Fantasy 16, but I haven't gotten around to playing the full thing yet, so I don't know anything about the context of this. Let's go. Oh, choirs right from the start. Amazing strings, can you hear it on the left speaker? Oh, there's so much weight to this. Listen to the percussion, very heavy percussion. Ascension, they're singing Ascension. Man, this, of course, by the name of the track, you know, this is Bahamut's theme, and I've played the demo, so I have to assume this is some of those super dramatic and intense and cinematic summon battles, right? Like we had with Ifrit and Phoenix. So the first thing that caught my attention with this, the percussion is super heavy. Did you hear it? It sounds very cinematic. Look how heavy the percussion is. The music is very paced. This is somewhat unusual for Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy always had music that was closer to the classical style, and one of the things that separates, you know, the Hollywood style from the classical style is this use of heavy percussion. It makes the music very rhythmic and very paced. Classical this that I just described is the Hollywood style that Soken is using here. The classical style is usually less reliant on heavy percussion, and even the tracks that I've heard from Final Fantasy 16 so far, like Ifrit versus Phoenix, the regular battle theme, right? It has been that way. It has been closer to the classical style. So now this one sounding so cinematic and so much closer to the Hollywood style is surprising to me. Now, I just have to highlight that Ascension part. Remember, Ascension, super impactful resolution. Do you know what a resolution is? It's very simple. So, did you see how he used two chords? Here's this one, a tense chord, and then this one, what we call a home chord. That's what a resolution is just building tension and using a tense chord to build tension, right? The tension asks for a release, and then after the tense chord you do the home chord, which is the release of tension. So this is textbook resolution. This is probably the simplest resolution that you can do, and that always surprises me and impresses me about these composers. I've always said that about Nobuo Uematsu, how it's so impressive how he was able to create such simple music while at the same time sounding so masterful. And Soken, the composer of Final Fantasy 16, is the same way. The impressive thing about this is how he was very masterfully able to build the tension all throughout this first part, and then with a very simple resolution like this, was able to create such an impactful effect like in this Ascension part. Again, very Hollywood-like, this thing that they're doing. You know, heavy percussion plus an ostinato. Ostinato is just this kind of repetitive rhythmic pattern that they're doing here. repetitive rhythmic figure on top, heavy percussion below. Very Hollywood-like, very cinematic. I wonder if this could be like a tool for making this fight, which I assume is an important fight in the story, a tool to make this fight sound more important and different from the other ones. Remember that I said that the other ones sound more classical, this one sounds more like Hollywood. I wonder if it will be like this the whole way through, or if they will go back to the classical stuff. Ostinato. Oh! They did it! Oh man! They... Amazing! Oh my god, I'm speechless. God, how... I feel like a fool now. How dare I try to figure out Final Fantasy music? How dare I try to figure out Soken? They did something that I didn't expect. They actually fused the Hollywood style with the classic style with such mastery. This is incredible. So this is the Ostinato, remember? The Hollywood part. Check out what they're gonna do next. The strings here sound super classical, they sound Baroque, but at the same time, the heavy Hollywood percussion remains. Oh god. The bass here is so good. So this is a fusion. It's a fusion of both worlds. So I was talking about the bass in this part. It sounds very Baroque. The Baroque period is very related to very ornamented phrases, notes that move around a lot. And this bass here, check out how much it moves and how classical it sounds. Did you hear? So they're using every tool that they have here to make this sound classical, which to me is the trademark of Final Fantasy music, right? What has differentiated Final Fantasy music from other video game music since the beginning of the series has been how they were so masterfully able to put that classical sophistication into the music. And by the way, when I say bass, like that bass that I was demonstrating here, in this case, bass is not, you know, bass guitar. Some people come with me with this question. Bass in this context here, when you're talking about harmony, bass is just the word that we use to refer to the lowest part of a harmony. So yeah, it might be obvious to some of you, but some people don't know that. And this again sounds very romantic, from like operas from the Romantic period. And this sounds, he's going back to the Hollywood style again. This... Oh, and it even said cinematic clash. I don't know if this is a coincidence or whatever, but very appropriate to have the words cinematic clash right when he switches back to the Hollywood style. This is such a flex, dude. Shoken is flexing on us, constantly switching styles with such ease and such mastery. He was at Hollywood first, and then classical Baroque, then romantic and operatic, and back to Hollywood. This is insane. Oh, amazing harmony. Baroque again. God, look at this movement. This counterpoint. Higher, higher. Keeps going higher. God, this is insane. It keeps switching. I'm at this point. I might even think that this is maybe it's hard to tell. I was gonna say that this might be the final boss of the game, but I just realized it's hard to tell with Final Fantasy, especially Final Fantasy 16, because in Final Fantasy 16, even the first boss of the game sounds like the final boss. Okay, I just have to highlight this bass line here. I love Baroque bass lines. Check this out. So much class. Oh, and then there's the higher thing. Check this out. See how they keep going higher when they're saying higher? That's so cool. Okay. This is once again. Did you see? It's the same thing that I told you earlier about the very, very simple chord sequences that Soken is able to use so masterfully to create something amazing, even though it's very simple. He used again the very simple resolution that I showed you at the beginning. It sounds very classical as well. Oh. It's getting more tense. Oh. The mood changes now. What was that? Whoa, it was all glorious and victorious, and then it started turning dangerous and more tense and disturbing. Whoa. I have more videos about the music from the Final Fantasy games that we love over here. And hey, this channel is all about sharing the music from the games that we love with each other anyway, so don't miss this opportunity to share this music further. And remember, whenever you're ready to spread your wings and go on a music journey again, I'll see you there.